Who's next? Our favorite priest or Presbyterian?
Was that all the bad guys is the question.
Yes, that's all the bad guys. The other two are dead. Remember, you have bonuses because of the guards.
Okay. Well, my turn's going to be nice and simple. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my ability and then ready my fire weapon.
Okay.
I now have magic. That's all.
In Civil Spencer, he will refresh Cognizant the Apprentice and ready another Ataxia.
I am the slowest wizard in the world. I need to recharge my magic and yell at Harnan. Persevere! You're doing great from back here. We love what you're doing. It's wonderful. Wow, 3 successes. So remove reeling, add focus, and I guess we're done.
Oh, brief mention, end of round maintenance because it was the end of the round and I got surprised. The one that's on fire will take 2 damage immediately, and this increases if they're hurt or injured.
So 2 points of damage plus 1 because he's hurt, so that's 3. Anything else bad on that one?
No, that's it.
All right, he takes 3 points. He must soak 3 points of damage.
Yeah, he's reeling already. So
environmental damage like this doesn't send you reeling; it just kills you.
But he just has 1 point of damage. So
right.
So did he soak 3 points of damage?
2 points.
So 2 points. He got 1. So he's already hurt. So who cares? Roger that. Good. Moving on. He's also a light source.
Yeah.
He's also yes.
This guy, they both attack Harmon, and he said there's a closer target.
I guess it's worth noting if he doesn't take an additional new result, he's just not on fire anymore. He goes out.
Okay. So the fire's out?
Yep. He can't be any more hurt.
No. He's still on fire, and he has to soak. If he soaks it completely, it goes out. Otherwise, he's still on fire.
He didn't soak.
Oh, I was reading this line here. If the fire fails to inflict a new result on the target, it burns out.
Oh no, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he went out. He's done.
Okay.
My bad.
It's okay.
So top zombie does the same thing he did earlier. So yeah, 1d8, 1d8, 1d6. And is Harmon back? Let me just wait. See.
Not just yet.
No, he's not back. So when I post it because I don't want to hit him, it's like, oh, you got a free hit because I'm not here.
You stood up for the table. You're dead now.
Okay, top zombie right here is attacking you, Harmon.
Is he? Did I miss a turn?
No.
You have focus.
No, I mean, they all attacked me. I countered, then I went away, and now he's attacking me again. So either
we've done our stuff,
or they got an extra turn.
Oh yeah, you're going late. Okay, so
yeah. So this is now your turn. You have focus, and I don't think you're reeling. So
yeah, I thought you went.
Yeah, I moved your reeling and added focus. It's your turn. 3 actions, baby.
All right, so guarding, aim, the injured one, and attack.
Oof.
And I'll favorite use my body d12 as well.
Okay. 2d8. Don't think he survives this. Let me see. He does not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, no.
7 plus your 2, so 9. It's another 9. It's another overkill.
Done. So you guys are done now. So the last zombie, who doesn't know anything about other people being dead because he's long gone from this world, doesn't care, no longer on fire, strikes at Harmon. Only 1 hit.
all right, Harmon.
Plus 1 credit. Plus 1 critical.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so 5 plus your hurt, so 6 points of damage you need to soak.
Okay. He was reeling. Actually, yeah, he can't count it because he was reeling, so he only missed.
Oh, was he reeling? You got green on him. I assumed he was guarding.
I know, he's reeling. Sorry. But
Really is purple, usually.
Go ahead and roll an extra die, then.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if he soaked the 1, he's still dead.
And this is why
6
you
points
don't
of
just
damage
pile up on a
minus 1.
single cool fighter.
And with that, you destroy the 4 zombies. 3 of them look like they're animal creatures. 1 of them looks like a plant creature.
What did the red circles mean? Or were those the
Oh, that was
other
me
guys?
representing where the guards probably are, and thus who they're assisting.
Okay, I didn't realize.
And Harmon, when you look down, you're basically over the body of what looks like, a noblewoman. Gray fox, to be in fact. So, if we put it back here, actually, no,
That's not Lady Valerie, is it?
It might have to
Take this
be.
right. Yeah.
And I'll,
Check
of course,
to see if it's got a signet ring.
yeah, I'll check for the signet ring, and I'll also check for necromantic objects.
Also, there's these bloody footprints leading downstairs.
You do
Point
find
that
a signet ring of the family Dupont on her.
Yep, and bloody footprints.
She could also be the elder DuPont, not the one we're after. Actually, how old does this one look?
Yeah, they're zombies. The bodies look. I guess the bodies are pretty fresh. How old are they?
I put these creatures here, but apparently, and you can tell by your supernatural sense that whatever they did to them transformed them.
Mm-hmm.
So they look skeletal, but they still have bits of pieces of meat in them, right?
Yeah.
Apparently the magics perhaps melted away most of their skin or something like that.
Well, it's necromancy. You don't want to get any of that on.
On other age question, how old is the woman here? Is she a young woman or an old woman?
She's a younger woman.
Okay, so maybe this is actually Valerie then.
Great.
But as Harmon pointed out, there are in fact bloody footprints leading to the basement, and if there's ever to be danger, it's certainly in the basement.
As you see the footprints, people who've been watching the screen, you can see that the footprints lead from the basement to the body there. In fact, you see large splotches of blood. And you can also see that the zombies apparently also have blood in their feet, right? So they were following from the basement.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like it all went wrong. I'm going to be refreshing my gift, but I'll keep my weapon ready, and I will be heading in directly after Harmon.
I don't have a map because I'm just going to describe what happens.
Of course.
No
more fighting.
There's a strong smell of chemicals and powders coming from the basement. Like when you there's a small door here, you open the door, and it's like there's a foul smell.
Mm-hmm.
Below you see basically a circular room and a series of tables with bodies in them, except for a few missing ones. And there's like about 8 to 10 of these tables, right? There seems to be like a closet area where they're just, it's like a privy, but instead of being an actual privy where people, do their business, when you look down and you shine a light, it's just a bunch of bones out there,
A bone horde.
Yeah, bone horde of some sort. Yeah, it's but basically that's what they discarded. And there's when you're looking for the accoutrement of a necromancer, you find it here, right? The books, the scrolls, the different powders and stuff like that. There's a lot of chemical. You see an alembic, which is the thing used to measure and bubble chemicals, right?
Right.
And separate chemicals. Through boiling, and other things as well, right? You see the in one corner you see the Skyrim alchemy table.
I remember this stuff from the university and being told not to touch or break it.
Yes, and apparently, whatever happened, apparently some of these bodies woke up. The first signs of blood come from in the middle of the room, so she might have been surprised. She tried to escape, and basically she was bleeding to death, and they caught up with her in the upstairs. And apparently, now that she was dead, they were gonna mill around, and that's where you came in.
Right. Nobody's ordering them to do anything, so they're just here. How recent does it look like she died? Because apparently she received my letter and the messenger didn't notice anything wrong, so it had to have been within like the last 24 hours.
basically last night, right? The blood already is dark. It's now black basically, and the body's starting to smell, right? So this happened.
The
Last
reason
night.
why she didn't show up. There we go.
Yeah, but you don't see signs of anybody. You search the entire house. You don't see signs of anybody else. Particularly, you don't see signs of the manservant anywhere.
Right, and he would have been the one going out in the first place.
Yeah.
So
and
if he's
among the papers, if you guys gonna do a search, you can do a observation or search of her papers, right?
yeah. So we're going to be going through her stuff and seeing, like, well, who her correspondences and start getting an idea of this network now.
She basically, the story is, as you're investigating it, essentially she did pay for. It all seems to be pointing to the fact that she's the person behind all of this, right? She's complaining about that that was last night. It was 2 days ago. That she lost her man in a cathedral, and heard also a note. So she has basically like keeping notes, but the notes are very, for somebody who is so educated, the notes are very frantic. That they start very organized and they get more and more frantic as things go along, right? Lost contact with Jameson, so this is worrying, right? For somebody so meticulous, apparently, the one thing that stands out is that this, first of all, she's writing all these things down, and second, that they seem to be more and more frantic, right? And there's that phrase that repeats itself every so often. The mantra that I said before about the broken, right? But it's not said instead of a mantra. It's more like we won't be able to fix what is broken if we fail. We're accelerating our plans. She talks about we, but all the evidence, aside from she mentioning others, there's no other names. So everything points at her.
Right. And the strange fox manservant is also missing. Peculiar. Yes. Perhaps, she was not the true witch after all. So we've only found, the trappings of a necromancer on her. There's no sign of any sort of, cognizy, stuff around.
Not in underground. In what's the lab? If you search the rest of the home, in this pool area, there seems to be the kind of trappings, and there's many ways to do anything, but there's different schools of how you break down people. But one of them is sort of lower the defenses, right? Using scented oils, candles, right?
Right, but she's not a wizard then.
No. So she might have been preparing people for that purpose, right? Making them comfortable, making sure that they lower their mental defenses. But apparently, she wasn't doing it herself.
Yeah. Well, this sounds like something for you to take a look at, Spencer. Whatever she was doing to people may have been here. If not by some magic, then by some other means. Is this lavender? I'll just pocket that, don't mind me.
Whatever she was doing, it was horrible and wrong.
And lavender scented.
And the two guards are sort of there just horrified at everything. Like walking corpses, not the dead bodies, but the walking corpses and attacks. They're like, well, they're doing their best to keep their courage, but they're nervous. They want to.
Yeah, I'll probably be turning around and giving them a pep talk and going like, "Congratulations, you did it! You fought off these monsters. You should be proud of yourselves for your service. You've done a wonderful task here today, and the Lord Chamberlain will know of your bravery."
Now let's pray.
And they pray. They pray fervently. Because they're scared. It's like this.
Yeah.
They kept it.
Yeah, you don't want to get scared around the undead because the undead get an extra D12 to do anything to the frightened.
Yeah, this is terrible and disturbing, of course.
This could have gone very badly if it weren't for Harnon's resolute spirit. This could have been a great tragedy.
Well, it's a shame we don't it doesn't seem like we've really uncovered any further evidence of our other conspirators.
Well, the next step is
if
to
they
arrest
even exist.
The next step is to arrest people at the university.
Well, I mean, who and why even?
See, that's the best part. We can prove without a doubt that Lady Valerie was attending the university, but they didn't assign a specific professor to her. Therefore, we can accuse every professor at the university, in fact, everyone attendee, of being a necromancer, and bring them all into court.
Interesting.
That is actually a reasonable question. Among her notes, before she went to the university, did she show any talent for this necromancy that she's demonstrated tonight? Or did she learn it before she ever attended?
We don't have to prove that to arrest them.
That's true, but I'm curious.
Basically, what I'm suggesting is a gauntlet where we arrest everyone and then interrogate everyone, because now we have an excuse to learn. Because I'm sure, like, most of them are innocent, but something is going on, and it's involving the conspiracy, and this gives us a fishing expedition that we can go ahead and grill every one of them.
Right, this is something that we're probably going to hand off to the Lord Chamberlain, and they can handle that part. We've done our job at the very least, and now we're just sating our curiosity.
Right, because she had to learn necromancy. She had to learn this stuff somewhere, and we have a clear chain this university. Also, the university shouldn't... Maybe after this, the university will stop doing this vile practice of, just pay us some money and hang out.
Which is why it's more important than ever to make certain she learned it at the university, because then we know for certain.
That's why you have the apprentice journeyman master, to stop this sort of thing from happening.
Do we do we have a hint of that in her notes? Did she learn it from the university?
She mentions that. In fact, she has some books that you've never seen before, right? There's basically not apocrypha, but they're forbidden books, right? And especially Spencer, more Spencer, because Spencer has an individualized training, right? The independent, he's from the independent wizards. This is the kind of thing the independent wizards make damn sure they do not touch, because they don't want the law going like, we know you got bad books, right?
These are taboo terms.
Yeah, so she clearly has taboo terms. Now, the only link would be that, and this happens, she probably learned from them that there's a reference tomes prescribed. Yeah, there's reference tomes in the libraries of the university that mention these, but mentioning them, they were like, oh yes, and this subject, which we will not talk about, rumors about,
is covered in Volume 3, How to Do Evil, the Necromancer Way.
The Hexenhammer manual reports that if
Chicken Soup for the Necromancer's Soul.
In fact, most of the books are actually they're written from the church and how to identify necromancy. But kind of knowledge is like,
well, the university's not supposed to be teaching that to people. That's
right.
Not for layfolk.
Right, so she probably never found those books at the university. She went to the university to get the references and found them elsewhere, now that she knew what to look for.
Exactly. And the reason why there might be some mentions, again, the wizards are very careful. It's that delicate balance of teaching you young enough to watch to protect yourself, but not enough to encourage you to...
Right. See, I'm hearing you're saying that there's a system in place to be very careful, but this university obviously didn't observe that. First of all, they let people in without sponsors or masters, and then I don't even know how they got access to that, because in the Ironclaw lore, there's the reason. Like, I can turn the undead and heal people, but if I want to learn how to raise the dead, stuff like that, I have to get ordained, because they don't start teaching us necromancy until they're really positive that, we've gone through a vetting process. So if the university had access to church materials on necromancy and gave it to a non-ordained person, that's a crime. If they had access to necromantic books, like, the Yale Book of Black Magic, whatever, and gave that to her, that's a crime. This is a crime.
Right, so, when we report back, I'll let you make the case for it, because you can put it into words better than I can, and I'll make the case for, well, we found the person who ordered the assassination. This isn't gonna be the end of it, and I'm going
Well,
to feel
here's the
so
trick.
terrible.
We don't know if this is the person who ordered the assassination.
Oh no,
we just
she
know
she
this
is.
necromancer. You think so?
Yeah, we confirmed that she's behind like the other two plots and what she was trying to do here as well.
Well, she had everything going great. Then she decided to. It's a tragedy for the ages.
She had a single mistake happen, and everything was ruined instantly for her.
Well, she had a series of mistakes. The first, of course, is being proud. One does not mess with the power of necromancy, for it will consume you. It is the most worldly and horrible of all men. I'm literally angry with rage.
It's true, Vesper. Pride is the worst thing that you could have, which is why I'm so glad that I have none of it, and in fact, I'm a shining example of humility. At all times.
Oh, yes.
I see your look lessons.
Yeah.
Alright.
So your next plan is to go to the Lady Chamberlain, tell her what happened, and then have them raid the university.
Well, I'll let Rafferty, or I'll let Vesper make the case, and Gregory will go ahead and just describe, like, yes, she was behind it, we have all of our evidence here, we went through the house, we have all of these letters, everything lines up perfectly, it was her, and we've done it.
Oh, I mean, this is going to take me a couple days, because not only do I have to write my big angry letter, but I have to make multiple copies, because I'm sending a copy to the freaking Pope.
And then they'll one to the church store.
Yeah, basically. Like,
but no,
you say that, but this is a lot like Simony, but for magic.
But I'll have to say again, I don't think that the university gave her necromancy books. I think she just went to the library and paid to go to the library.
Well, did the library have necromancy in it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so. I think she just used it as reference. That's what her letters point to. She used them to figure out what the names of the books she wanted were, and then she went probably to the black market.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
you're
that's
probably
my
right,
read on this.
but I'm still writing a big angry letter.
You're writing a big angry letter about these terrible heathens. So, not raiding the university.
Magic isn't supposed to be... Sure, maybe if you're some kind of, like, base green and purple wizard that you think of magic as a purely intellectual pursuit. But it is not.
You know, I can think of another magistrate who would be perfect to continue investigating the university just to make sure on your behalf, and give me plenty of room to advance in his stead. I can definitely make that recommendation.
Anyway, we move back to the Lord Chamberlain's, Lady Chamberlain's quarters in the barracks, right, and office. And we basically, I don't know if all of you are going to be there at the same time, or it's only going to be Gregory.
I'll invite them all in.
Yeah, and she's there, and she's sitting, and she sort of kneels. It's like, well, this seems to wraps this whole horrific situation very neatly, doesn't it?
Right. She's definitely the most dangerous ancient provocateur I've ever heard of. To be so frantically active. She's sincerely unhinged by the end of it. But it's good that she's been brought to an end by her own hubris.
Well then, I think we can close this chapter on this. I will inquire on the university if they have more information on this quietly, of course.
Of course, this is hardly the end of it.
There is the question of those who've had their minds, their free will has been altered in some way. I'd like the permission to look into this further.
Of course.
This lady, Valerie, may have had a confederate who practices my arts.
Yes. If anything else, I would suggest putting out a warrant for this manservant. I have a description of him here. He has some very distinctive features, like the scar or his milky eye. And I'll go ahead and pass that along to her.
We'll put a warrant about sedition and stolen goods and that sort of thing. That way, nobody has to repeat what's happened. I'll have to give the guards that went with you a bit of a holiday for them to clear their minds out in the country quietly with their families. And
I'm sure they'll appreciate the time and the pay.
And the strict orders not to repeat what they saw that day.
Mm.
Of course, there's also the matter of all the people that should have been in that manner. Well, we're going to call this a finished investigation. And you have done a great service, all of you, in the king's behalf, the High King. Well, he's not here, of course, to wish you well, but in his behalf, I would say that we are in your debt. You represent the highest ideals of the king's chosen and his magistrates.
Or only that I could do it faster, so I could do even more in the service of my king.
And I can do it more to it. You will also earn yourselves a few days off, maybe a week or so, with pay.
Oh, wonderful.
Maybe a little bit more. We'll make that arrangement soon enough. However, you notice you are the only people in this room and that the curtains are closed for a very good reason. And I must impress upon you this very much. You are not to repeat to anyone what you've seen and what you have witnessed in these past couple of days. And I will tell you why, if you don't understand this.
Oh, I think I do, but please.
We are all sitting in a powder keg. More explosive than that church would have been if it had gone up. Although certainly they would have leaked the fires. If word comes out of conspiracies and none worse, who knows what might happen? Who knows who would think to act, especially outside the bounds of the law?
Yes, who might be emboldened given these potential attacks?
Who would think to be thought that they're the next victims as well of this? We'll keep an eye on this, of course, and Gregory, if it happens, you have proven yourself to be a most excellent agent to deal with this, as your compatriots. But for now, we're going to call this close. Any documentation or things that you have related to this must be turned over immediately, as well as any names recorded, etc., etc. They will be kept under lock and key for the time being. You will have access to them, Gregory, in your professional capacity if you need to review them, but you and you alone. And you can only discuss these with myself and the members of your comrades. Is that understood?
Absolutely, my lord.
Very well. Well, she stands up and shakes, gives you a hand, and congratulations once again. You're proving a most admirable member of the magistrate. And so to you all. Now, it's very late, and I need some rest, and so do you. Enjoy the day.
And off we go.
And that has been today's adventure. You have stopped another evil plot, found the guilty party, but perhaps there's some questions out there that are yet to be resolved. I'm
left with more questions.
Yes. And without further ado, we start going into the debriefing. And so debrief away, ladies and gentlemen.
I suppose the first thing to cover is obviously, hey, we completed a goal.
Yes, you did.
We may have even completed some chapter.
Well, I know we completed a goal, but because we found the assassin. But I'm not sure if this is a major reward or a minor reward. It might just be insider with the Chamberlain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was thinking it might be something more like legal authority to actually make us Kingsguard.
Ooh, yeah, they might
Yeah,
actually.
that was going to be my suggestion as well, because that's what I'm sort of aiming at here.
Wow, we can write our own warrants.
Wow.
So that would be a thing.
All the authority of both church and state. There's no way this could go bad.
So what do you think, Lessons?
I'm going to look into it, but it sounds like a good idea. It stems from the situation. It goes right with what you've done as a team, which means that you have used your legal authority carefully, and you have gained the trust of the Lady Chamberlain. She put a lot of trust into you because of the nature of the investigation.
And if she doesn't give it to me, I still have to spend my effort on it. So.
Well, we're commoners, but yeah, that basically this also, remember I kept saying, like, you can't arrest them because they're a peer. If you have legal authority, you can arrest them.
Yes.
Now, we're not nobles, but we have legal authority, which means we can detain people and stuff like that. So
I mean, I would just sell it back anyway. I don't need legal authority. I act under...
You act specifically under me and my order.
Well, it means you'd have to go get one of us who has legal authority to go do something.
He's never alone.
I'm always with him anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, basically.
So you might conceivably not get it and just take the 5 XP.
Yeah,
it's
essentially
fine,
it would be the equivalent of ordainment.
Yeah.
In the magistracy. You already are members of the King Chosen, so everybody would have that.
Right, but if you give us the gift of legal authority, that gives us police powers without having to go get somebody first.
Yeah, so that will be that. I think that's a perfect one for.
And so I'm fond of telling people, hey, you know that Bill of Rights they're so fond of in the U.S.? This is the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to put down legal authority magistrate then. I think that's what I'm looking at.
Cool, I'm going to sell it back and then use my 10 XP that I have. From the 5 that I built up into 5 XP, I get from the gift to get Mob Fighter.
Wonderful.
And that also means to continue the debriefing. Yeah. Go ahead. I guess I interrupted. My bad.
Yeah, so you bought Mob Fighter?
Yeah. Okay. So now when I inflict a certain damage amount, I can sweep.
Yep. If you down a foe, you can sweep. Yep.
Very dangerous. So debrief then.
No, I'm having fun. I like the fact that there is a mix of investigation and also mystical stuff. One of the things I enjoy about role playing is when, like, there's these things that are happening to me. I can't speak for other people. There's things happening to me that could be supernatural or could just be incredibly convenient, but they have a mystic feeling to them, and I like that. All too often, these are treated like games or like very structured, and they lack that sort of fantasy element. So I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching, like, your walks with interest, because I'm just wondering, like, when are you going to start asking the hard questions? But then again, they don't give you hard answers, so...
It's not about the hard questions. That's the trick.
But you're making friends with the common folk.
I'm experiencing things. Before I would consider giving up the Orthodox for what the Children of the Land is, I need to understand what that is. So, like I said, I live for this kind of stuff. I enjoy this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just playing out political intrigue theater and, like, weighing things against my future career, which is the fun part for me right now. It's like, can I really arrest a peer? Oh, yes, I can.
The thing is, the more you rise, the deeper you're getting. Right?
Of course.
Now you're keeping secrets of state.
Mm-hmm.
So now that might be a leverage in the future, but also something that can be used against you as well.
Aha! I'm invaluable now. I can retire in style and not have to do anything after only 3 weeks of work, just as a noble should.
Or they can just keep pulling you in because, oh, well, you did that job very well. We need you to go back again. And
I don't know. My vacation's looking pretty good with the state secret.
Yeah.
So that's fun, and I like that he's actually progressing along his path, and now he's like, hey, I'm not actually terrible. I have a skill, being very scary. I'm also definitely liking Spencer's sort of like own mystical elements, like Vesper is having his, but Spencer is like having like this little mystery of like who is manipulating people's minds now.
And he also has to go looking for these ley lines. So I've got 2 different little subplots going on here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you still have your goal. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, my goal's been done already, so
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm caught up with everybody.
Yeah.
And Harmon got to bash some skeletons, and he goes, some zombies, and that's slip of Spanish there.
I thought this was so hysterical. It's like, yes, finally something. I have all the spells
Violence.
necessary to deal with. I am so bad at this.
It happens. Yeah.
They have that D12 to them too, which is very frightening.
They're designed that they can sneak up on you. A lot of stuff in Ironclaw is designed that it sneaks up on you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that reminds me of I had a rogue in D&D 5 edition, which was all built so he could have like the best initiative ever, and he always rolled under 10. So okay, he had a high initiative, but it was like he could have like 30, and he was like 17.
Sounds
18,
like my
whatever.
Tuesday game. I have the exact same character and the exact same problem.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
I
I'm
rolled a
not
7 again. Well, I guess I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
speaking of, Rafferty, did you want to say words about initiative?
oh, when we wrote the game, we had some issues we were worried about, like players always having their weapons out everywhere they go, like because players always do. Like you ambush a players, oh, I have my polearm out the whole time. So that's why the rules are written that way. And in retrospect, it's like as much as I love Ironclaw, there are curmudgeonly rules in it that I think aren't what people want. Initiative was mostly supposed to be designed that if someone catches you with your pants down, what do you have out? But
Right.
a lot of times people are just wandering into a fight. So there are notes in there that say, look, if you're just walking into a fight, don't bother rolling, just do it all first. Initiative is supposed to be if you're being ambushed or surprised. You don't have to sweat those rules if we're not doing that.
Yeah, we haven't had the assassins come after us just yet. We've had 2 fights where we were very particularly knew we were going to engage, prepared ahead of time, and then marched in and initiated it. So that's like us avoiding having to deal with that entirely right there.
Right, but we keep forgetting like these are role-playing games and people have their weapons out at all times. So
Yeah.
that's what that is for. That's why we de-emphasized it in later games. So.
Also, it's kind of hard to stow away your polearm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like wondering, what would I do with this staff if I wasn't just walking with it? Well, I guess there's still the matter of it being ready in my hand, so I'm still fine with that abstraction.
Whipping it out, and everybody looking at you like, "Where the heck did you pull that?" Oh, never mind.
Gregory whipped it out again. Look out, everybody.
Ironclaw has a lot of old school trappings in it that while I am fond of, aren't for a lot of modern tastes. So
It happens. And Theta?
What's up?
Oh, okay. That answers that question. Yeah. Okay.
I'm good. Nothing to say.
Good.
All right.
Okay. So let's do the points. We have 1 point for the briefing. Did anybody play their motto?
Hey, I'm fit to be the king.
I even did a motto drop in the game.
Yeah, you did. I was like, oh, you're gonna say the line.
I'm pretty sure I played, at least in the spirit of mine. I didn't learn any new secrets or anything today.
You uncovered a conspiracy and a new mystical secret. Of course you learned something.
Yep, but I told everybody.
Yeah.
Well, at least everybody in the party.
Yeah. And Theta was in the, well, I guess they...
Was in the fight of his life. Or their
Well,
lives.
he was in the fight, but they were
Well,
dead.
they're over.
Yeah, they already were past
And once
lives.
again, this is just you reread the motto and everybody says, yeah, your character was like that. Nobody, I don't think anyone ever goes against their motto.
Yeah, just messing with you. It was a fight. I guess it was for the fight of the
It could
Dark
have
Light.
gone very badly, very quickly.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. So I get everybody gets a point out of that. And I think
Yeah.
that's we got our gifts. Yeah. And you tell me if you guys what are you gonna do with those gifts during the week. So we are in the Discord. And we're gonna reverse now. We're gonna go started with Theta. What's your
What's my
What's
what?
your message for everybody who's watching this lovely show?
signing out time.
Signing out.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. What is today? Shit. Let's see. Hold on. Go in reverse order. Reverse your reverse order.
Okay, well then we'll be Rafferty then.
Just as a reminder, if you're watching this sometime in 2020 before the end of July, not only are we selling Ironclaw, but Myriad package is available. There is the Myriad song role-playing game book, and the comics are available in a download for free at drivethrurpg.com. So if you can get a chance to check that out, it's a science fiction game. We really like it.
Griffin?
Hey, I'm Griffin. I'm running Urban Jungle. Coming up next in 10 minutes. Come and join us. We got cults, we got gangsters, we got terrifying secrets, we got everything.
Spencer?
My name is Arclord. I play Spencer McDougall, and I currently run a play-by-post Ironclaw game on Roleplay Online.
And last but not the least, Theta?
Hey, it's me, Theta, the showrunner.
Yeah.
Although not currently the host of the game. Sorry, I've been trying to actually give you something to say at the very end here. If you're watching this when this video is on YouTube, enjoy watching Zweihander on Monday mornings, Alien on Tuesday mornings, Hackmaster on Wednesday mornings, Ironclaw on Thursday mornings, and then the rest is filler.
Oh yes, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us how everything that you want in those comments. Tell us your heart's desires.
And
we'll
ring
keep it
that
secret.
bell.
And ring the bell. Yes.
And
then
of
come
course,
over to Twitch. You can subscribe and use your Twitch Prime. And
all those things.
I think I've done all the call to actions I can handle.
And of course, I am the GM of this wonderful game, and I have this wonderful crew who are playing every day. I hope Hidden wasn't with us today, but hopefully she will be back soon. We wish her a quick recovery. I am a streamer. I go by Lessons Learned 1. The 1 is important. And I will be starting on Monday the Dragon Snarquisition, where I basically go back to Dragon Age and meme my way through over 40 hours of gameplay. So if you want to throw all the memes and jokes and all the things, just go there starting 8 in the morning. I'm going to make fun of every little detail. I'm going to be ultra mecha and meta. Mecha will be a different game. Ultra meta and go every 5 seconds. So if you like to do that and just want to see silliness of modern fantasy RPGs, join me over at Monday to Fridays on Lesson Learned 1 channel for Dragon Snarquisition. So thank you for coming and thank you for having us, and hope you had a great Sunday. See you guys.
See ya.